Oh, I didn't see you there. Well, I guess that means it's time for story time number 3. So, I've told this story before. I don't know what to call it yet, so I don't even know what the clickbait title is going to be. The problem with this one is that I've had a lot of bad date stories or bad relationship stories. So we're just going to call it, I guess we'll just call it a bad dates or dating story. Dating stories number 1. Story time number 3, dating story number 1. So I told this recently, and this is a recent story. So I'm going to try to get into it. Right. So a friend of a friend had set me up with someone. I'd met them before. We'll give them a fake name, like Gretchen, because that's not a real name. People don't name their children Gretchen, because why would you name someone something so close to cretin and wretch, or like a mixture of the two? It's not a real name, and if people tell you their name Gretchen, their parents hate them, and they wanted an abortion, and that's a true fact. I'm sorry if you're named Gretchen. So, my friend had introduced me to Gretchen. I'd met them when I was hanging out before, so like I knew them ahead of time a little bit. It wasn't completely blind, but like I didn't spend that much time with them. I just sort of met them and was like, oh, they're cute. Which was really the furthest thought I put into this, other than they're cute, I'm lonely. So, we went to meet up at a restaurant, and we met up at a place very fancy, very top shelf, called Joe's American Bar and Grill. I know, try to contain yourselves. I'm very classy. So we meet up there. We get seated. We get our tables, and for like the first 10 minutes, the conversation went like really well. I was like, "Oh, good to meet you," and stuff like that. I was being funny, cracking jokes, as Carlos likes to say. I'm fucking killing it, guys. I'm being my best Nick Zalis, who is, I have on good authority, pretty fucking fun. So, and she's being okay. I don't know. She was fine. She genuinely, this is the reason this story is interesting, is because like I thought she was pretty cool. So, after about 10 minutes, I had, in my attempts to impress and be my best self, kind of forgot to order. Like, I wasn't really looking through the menu. I was like, I'll probably get a burger or something, but I hadn't like specifically looked at which kind or like what meal or whatever. So my menu was still open. And after about 10 minutes, she goes, she pulls a waiter to the side, like our waiter. I was like, excuse me. And the waiter goes, oh, sure. And she goes, is it part of your policy to leave your guests waiting this long to order their food? And I was like, what the fuck? No. And I was like, and the waiter's like, because what would you say to that? And I was like, oh, well, I'm sorry. It's probably my fault. My menu is still open. We're ready to order. I'm so sorry. Try and defuse it. Genuinely, try to defuse it. If this had happened like 4 years ago, I would have been like, wouldn't have known what to say. I'm pretty confident in myself and my social skills enough now where I can, enough to be like, whoa, let's ease it back. Let's calm down. And so like we order, and then like after the waiter walks away, she was just like, I can't believe they like took that long to take our order. I was like, oh yeah. It was probably my fault for leaving it open. It's no worry. Anyway, what were we talking about? And so we go back to conversation, albeit things are different now, where I'm not as comfortable as I was, and it's just like sort of on edge. Like I can't describe the mood. It was just like tense. So we eventually get our food, and this may shock you. I got the burger and fries. Pretty sophisticated. And yeah. And so like I start eating fries, which is the first thing you do. I pour some ketchup, you've eaten it anywhere. And I hear from her side of the table, I'm just looking at my ketchup, I'm just looking at the fries. Oh my God. And I was like, no. This is gonna be bad. no. And I'm just like, what's wrong? And she goes, this food is ice cold. And I was like, I don't believe you. And like I grabbed, I forget what she got, but I know it came with fries. I grabbed a fry, exact same heat as my fries. And I was like, it's fine, what do you mean? And then she, ignoring me, she pulls a different waiter, like the first one she could find. And goes, excuse me, is it part of your policy to serve ice cold food to your customers? And I was like, whoa, you need to relax. The food is not cold. He didn't cook it. Let's calm the fuck down. I didn't say calm the fuck down, but that's the only part of that I didn't say. I was like, let's take it back. And she was like, no, they are here to serve us. It is their job to make sure that our meal is made exactly as it's supposed to be and to the best perfection. And I was like, no, it's not. What the fuck is wrong with you? I wish I said that. I did say, no, it's not. All right, this is a service industry. This guy just brought the food, didn't, and the guy's like, oh, I'll be happy to take it back for you if you need it. And she was like, no, it's just fine. It's fine. You'll just spit in it. And I'm like, oh my God. And I was like, Jesus Christ. So after about so he walks away and I was like, I'm sorry you didn't like your food. And she was like, this happens every time I go to a restaurant. And I just wanted to be like, maybe it's fucking you. Maybe it's not the restaurants. So after 5 minutes of, what's the word? Silence, of no conversation, just silent eating, me on my phone, just looking for an escape, just hoping I could just jump into my phone. And then I was like, oh wait, I can't escape. So behind her, like let's say I'm her and it's facing this way. This way is to the bathroom. This way is the exit. That is just the way we were seated. And so I said, like, I'll be right back, I just need to use the bathroom. So I get behind her, and instead of going this way, I go this way, and I go to the parking lots. Again, about another 5 minutes later, I'm already on the road. I have already left. It was that quick. I was like, turn on this car, and let's go. So I get a text from her. I'm just like, hey, everything okay? And I was like, yep, I just had to step outside and take a call. And then I blocked her, which is the adult and mature thing to do. So then I ended up driving to work because this was before a big snowstorm and I had left my laptop at work. And I was like, if I want to work from home, just in case, I want to make sure I have my laptop with me. So like I immediately tell the people who are working, because it was my day off, but it was like, there were still people working. So I tell everyone there, like this must have been a Saturday or a Sunday. But I tell everyone the story, and they're like, oh my God. And it's just like the different reactions. I'm like, I know. And they're like, good on you for like standing up to her. And I was like, I know. I am brave. I am great. Aren't I? And some people were saying, I don't know if you should have left. Or no, they were saying like, their reaction was as soon as they said, is it your policy to make your like customers wait? They were like, did you leave? Like some people were like, did you leave immediately? I was like, no. All right, I gave her 2 chances. And as I'm leaving, backpack, laptop in there, ready to go home, probably play some video games. One of my workmates says, "Hey, you paid, right?" And I was like, "What? What?" And they were like, "You paid, right? Because she isn't going to tip at all, or if she pays at all." And I was like, fuck. And then I was like, do I have to be the bigger person? Do I have to go back? And they were like, they're probably going to get less. They not only do they have to deal with her, they're not even going to get paid for it. That sucks a lot. And I was like, the guilt. It's like, fine. So it's on the way home anyway. Like where I was between where I live and my work. That's why I just went to work to do that. I was like, fine, I'll go back to the war zone. And I get back there. Thank God she's not there. That would have been a shit show. But like I go up and I talk to the hostess and I like start explaining what it was. And then I see one of my waiters. I'm like, hey, you may remember me from about an hour ago. I'm here to pay for my stuff, and I'm so sorry. And the guy was like, oh, don't even worry about it, man. I could tell you weren't part of it. And like, I found the other waiter too, the one that she had pulled up to. And it's like, oh, hold on. I don't have anything in here. Oh, wait. Everything just fell. Everything. We have a whole huge box of tissues at work. I keep forgetting to steal some. I mean borrow. So I find the other guy. I apologize to him too. I'm like, I'm so sorry. And then I was like, hey, what ended up happening with her? Did she pay? And they were like, oh no, we had to kick her out. And I was like, oh, there's more to this story. And so they explained to me that after about like 15 minutes, she'd like pulled the original waiter aside and was like, he went to the bathroom. I think something might have happened to you. Can you go check the bathroom? And he was like, of course, sure. He goes in the bathroom. He comes back out and he's like, ma'am, I don't know what to tell you. There's no one in that bathroom. And and she was like, I don't believe you. And she pushed past him and went to the bathroom and started checking the stalls, which is really funny to me, but also horrifying. And they were like, all right, you've got to go. You cannot do this. So they kicked her out. And and I was like, oh my God, that's so fucking funny. I mean, that's so bad. So I paid for the food, which I didn't have to do. They said I didn't have to do it. I did it anyway and gave very gracious tips. I had to tip twice because I had to tip the original waiter and the other waiter and be like, hey, here's the same thing. Sorry. So I made 2 waiters' day, I guess. But also I was like, fuck, I'm broke. I didn't tell this part before. I was like, fuck, I have like $30 for the rest of the week and I need gas. This is bullshit. Why do I have to be the bigger person? When does karma ever serve me? But I was like, it's fine. So, I did that, and then I like get home the next, and like later, it was either later that night or the next day. I like text my friend, and she's like, "Why the fuck did you abandon Gretchen?" And I was like, "Why the fuck did you not warn me about Gretchen?" It's like, and I like explained what she did, and she was like, she did it again. I was like, "Why didn't you warn me? What do you mean again? You knew this was a thing?" And she was like, "Yeah, but we kept telling her not to do it, and like we thought she'd stopped." And I was like, "This is bullshit." And I was like, "Listen, I don't ever want to see them again, and you could tell them exactly why. And I'm sorry, but like, that was fucked." And she's like, "All right, fair." And I was like, "You're not allowed to set me up with anyone again, unless it's funny." And then she was like, "Okay, deal." So that was a resolution. That's a traumatic dating story number 1 of millions. So hope you enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed another Storytime Sunday. I don't know what I'm going to talk about next. I really got to consult my notes. So thank you guys. See you next time. All right, hey guys, I'm going to try to do this really quick this time. I want to thank everyone who is on Patreon and on YouTube for the month of December. I kind of skipped November a little bit. It's the same people. I'm sorry. I was pretty absent for most of December. But we're back. Here we go. So I want to thank Rev, Sean, Norm P, and Annie with the $1. I want to thank Carlos and Wesley for the $2. I want to thank Azur for the $3. I want to thank John Barnett and Maz for the $5. I want to thank Sean Thomason, Connor Salverwald, and Eniac for the $10. And you guys are awesome. Thank you. I appreciate just being on part of Patreon at all. And then also, I want to thank again some of the same names. Maz, Louisa, and Eniac for all being subbed for 10 months. You're getting really close to that War Greymon badge on YouTube. That's fucking awesome. I want to thank John Barnett, Raptax, Electric Narwhal, and Michael Smith for the 9 months. You guys just behind them. And I want to thank Mayo and Donut Zavi for the 6 months. You guys just earned your Metal Greymon badge in the comments. That's dope. But yeah, thank you guys. As a reminder, anyone who's part of the Patreon or YouTube stuff gets access to early videos. I haven't really explained as much of them for a while, but because I just recorded like 14, I'll go over them. So right now there's 1 Metal Gear Solid part. I think there's a total of 6 Yu-Gi-Oh parts that haven't been released yet. We got 1 Digimon. That'll be out on Friday, though. And then we have Paper Mario. We've got Ori and the Blind Forest. We've got Borderlands 3 with the fucking boys. Yeah, that's out. Or not out yet, but that's going to be out, and you can get a sneak peek right now. And we've got Cat Quest 2. We've got 6 more Pikmin videos. I have to look up to remember what I recorded. But yeah, we got those, and always more videos being added and stuff like that. I coasted because I recorded a bunch and I was coasting for a while. I'm trying to get back on it and recording more. So, yeah, just small perk. Also, look at this. Fucking, I got this for my birthday. But yeah, thanks guys. That's it. There's an update with the Platinum Project 2020. Win a $25 Amazon gift card. If you want to know how to do that, watch the video. It's like 4 minutes long. I think you can handle it. And yeah, I'll see you guys soon. Thank you, and see you next month.